So today we are making these gorgeous yellow cornmeal buns, and they have the most delicious radish filling to them. So I can't wait to show you guys all the recipe. I have 150 grams of self-raising flour along with 75 grams of cornmeal. And that is what's going to make these buns nice and yellow. A little bit of yeast, a little bit of sugar. Recipe is all going to be down below. And I'm going to mix that all together before adding in right around a half a cup of warm water. Just a little bit at a time until the dough comes together. You want to knead this for about 4 to 5 minutes, and the dough shouldn't be too dry at all. It should just be kind of wet enough to be nice and malleable. And the texture, because of the cornmeal, won't exactly be too smooth either. So that's okay. Just afterwards, set it aside, put a wet towel over it, and let that rest for about an hour until the dough has doubled in size. So, time for the filling, which will be a majority daikon radish. I'm just gonna clean and peel that first, and then use my handy dandy shredding tool and shredding right around 3 cups of daikon radish. Because this type of radish has so much water in it, you want to mix that with a little bit of salt and set that aside for about 15 minutes so that you can wring out some of that additional liquid before adding it to the rest of the filling. So I'm making a smaller amount for filming, but I will put the actual ingredients down below. But I have some vegan mincemeat, some scallions, some Chinese 5-spice, as well as some soy sauce and sesame oil. And that is an amazing combination with any filling that you want to make. So mix that all together and set that mixture aside while you deal with the dough. So this is our usual dumpling bao making technique, but anytime a dough is or has finished resting, you want to just give it a knead for 1 to 2 minutes just to wake everything back up. And then with the dough pieces, roll each first into about a 3-inch in diameter disc. Then, focusing on the edges, roll the outer inch out so that it is thinner than the center. and the thinner edges will help make pleating easier for you guys later, but that thicker center is going to be able to hold a more juicy filling without falling apart. So because we're not using ground meat, our fillings tend to be more crumbly. So you really want to pack in about a tablespoon or two in here. And then with the pleats, you're just folding equal amounts of dough while turning it. And this dough, because there's a little bit of cornmeal in it, is not as sticky as my normal dough. So sometimes you're gonna have to kind of play around with it a little bit more. You want to let these buns rise for about 15 minutes before putting it into a cool steamer and then bringing that steamer up to a boil. And then these guys go for right around 12 minutes until they're nice and puffy and big. Sometimes to keep the buns from deflating, after you turn off the heat, you just want to kind of open up a little air hole and then leave it there for about 5 minutes before finishing and taking out those buns. I really like the cornmeal not being overly fine, but that's really up to you guys because it adds a little bit of extra crunch in baos, which are typically just super fluffy and super soft, right? So just playing around with the textures and that daikon radish filling. So savory and so good. I love that kind of 5-spice sesame oil combination. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this recipe. This is sort of to celebrate our reaching 25,000 subscribers, which is crazy pants. So thank you to you guys for watching and supporting. As usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys all again really soon. Bye!